is up, guys? Welcome to our intro episode to Beans in a Pod. My name's Eric.
And my name's Fabian, and today we're talking about...
I think some of the oddest questions we've seen on Google, and really what kind of got us into this. I was laying down the other day, and I get a message from Fabian, and he's, typical, is water wet? So I answered, and I think one that definitely intrigued me was like, can you grab water? No, can you grab air?
It went kind of like that. So I happened to be on my Insta feed, like usual, it's like 10 at night or something, and I saw a clip from the Hood Research Department or the Hood Scientists. I'm not really sure who they are, but it said, hey, can you catch air? And I saw them just kind of tossing nothing, which is the point. But all of a sudden, I just thought, man, I got a cup of water. Is water wet? So I had to, of course, research my main man here, Eric, and of course I sent the question, and here we are now.
Okay, so the question proposed was, can you grab air?
Can you catch air?
So I guess let's break that down.
Okay.
Can you catch? Okay, so catch it would be like. So can you grab air?
Yeah.
Okay, well, define catch.
Define catch. Well, there's a lot of ways of saying catch, So you can catch a football, and if you're walking the street at other times, someone might say you can catch these hands. So catch is kind of figurative in this case. But if for the sakes and purposes, we're talking about actually holding it in your hands,
Okay, but I don't think that's a fair question, because it's like, how catching air, like think of a balloon. I feel like you caught air.
Okay.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it's so loose. Like, it's like, can you catch air? Like, I mean, think about it, like, if we're to, because like right there, the space right there is filled with air. Technically,
I would argue, I am arguing this, that you can hold air, but catch it necessarily, no, because the way that I perceive it, and you're welcome to correct me if I'm wrong, is that air is a fluid. That's why it's aerodynamics. When you run through a car, like if you go at fast enough speed, you eventually slow down.
Air is not a fluid, bro. Air is not a fluid.
Brother, air is a fluid.
I feel like air has fluid values, like fluidity.
Okay.
It can't be a fluid. I feel like
You're saying it's a gas? Is that what you're telling me?
Is air not a gas, dog? Air is definitely a gas.
All right, can it not be both? Both a gas and a fluid?
I don't think it can be both. How
is air a gas and a fluid?
Yeah.
Well, you got me, but let me just be the devil's advocate for a second and go off the deep end. So light is both considered a particle and a wave. So whenever it's traveling, it's both going straight and it's doing this whenever it hits, right?
Okay.
Now, it can be two things, So we have, for example, dry ice. It's both a solid and a gas. When it's compressed enough, it turns into this hard little object. It's cold. And
hey, you lost me, Mr. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Fair enough.
You lost me, bro. You said something about thermodynamics. I was gone. I'm gonna keep it real with you. After that, I didn't hear a word you said.
I understand. I respect this. So all I'm saying is this: the fact that you can do this motion, you can feel the wind off of it.
Yep.
That you can translate that to wind or
okay. So without it, we don't want to bore the people either. So are you saying when we do that, because it travels as a whole, that it has like a Newtonian law or property attached to it? Is that what you're saying? Like Newtonian fluid? You see what I'm saying?
Sure, yeah, that's a great example. Thank you. So whenever you're doing this gesture, you will notice that air can be compressed, right? You have an air pump, you have putting air in your tire, your car, whatever. Okay. Right. So that air is captured in this container, and it acts as a liquid simply because of the fact that it can move around, and that's the key thing. This would be a solid, that's all I'm saying. So it's definitely a gas, but in this case, unless it's in a container like a football, it's not being caught necessarily.
So you can't catch. No, I don't even know what to tell you.
All right, man.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't even know what to tell you.
Well-
you know, I feel like we really was onto something, and then like, then I lost you. So I guess with that being said, really the main reason we're gonna dive into this is we actually looked up. We did our own research, and we're actually gonna kind of look up some of the strangest and funniest questions on Google that have been asked. And I think we're gonna kind of answer them ourselves. You know what I mean? So I guess just starting off, you know, let's see what we got here. Okay, why? We can start with this one. Why do men have nipples?
I want to say the answer is evolution. Your guess is as good as mine. I honestly don't even know myself. You could say I don't even have nipples. So.
Okay, well let's. Okay, well these are just offensive. Why are Mexicans short?
Genetics.
Why are Mexicans so ugly?
Genetics.
Okay, well let's just skip those. Let's skip like that. Let's just skip all of that. Okay, we got Bush is the Antichrist. No. Osama is Obama. Okay, Linux is for bitches. That's you know, if I was smarter, I would go against this. But knowing my friends who do use Linux as a professional computer nerd, yeah, they definitely some bitches. So.
But fair enough. But are they communists? Because it clearly says Linux is communism. Okay.
Well,
do your friends say "comrade" to you when they greet you?
I don't think that's something I've. Am I a Democrat or a Republican? Like, I think we need to take into account that these people are asking Google. You know, I feel like this was before AI for sure.
Right.
So think about if you were to ask AI now.
The only thing I have is that Google at one point was kind of impartial versus current AI, and specifically I want to say ChatGPT kind of agrees with everything you say unless you direct it otherwise. So if you say, am I a Democrat or a Republican, it's probably going to tell you you're both.
Okay, so people have asked some wild things over the years, often unintentionally hilarious, because they are so literal, confused, or oddly specific. Let's see what they got.
Okay.
So, if I eat myself, would I become twice as big or disappear completely?
Okay, are we talking about a clone or are we talking about...
Okay, see now you get into the real, now you get into the nitty gritty.
All right.
So,
all right. Well, what do you think?
Okay, so if I was to, because see these are questions we used to ask back when we was in middle school. So if I was to eat myself, would you get? Because I feel like if you're really gonna be, I guess, smart about it, technically you always use up energy, which is why the what is it the spinny wheel for unlimited electricity never works.
A cycle, something cycle.
The do fish get thirsty?
Do fish get thirsty? Do fish get thirsty? That thought has never came across my mind, if I'm being honest. I'm flabbergasted here.
Dude, well, I mean, okay, answer to the best of your ability. If you had to answer this,
No, simply because they're always in water. It's like if you're drowning, are you ever really thirsty?
Okay, so let's dive into that.
I see what you did there.
So, fish can drown. Fish can drown. Scientifically proven, fish can drown.
Sure, yeah.
Okay, well, hold on. How does a fish drown?
You go first. I'll tell you this, okay? So the other day I was talking to my sister, and she had asked me, how do fish sleep? And I said, I have zero clue how they do. So of course I went to the whole handy dandy Google. I typed in, well, how do fish sleep?
Okay.
And turns out that they are half asleep. Technically, like, they swim around, or maybe they stand still, or they like submerge a little bit.
Okay.
But since they don't have eyelids, their eyes are always open. So if something were to come at them, they can still move, and then it reacts.
Okay.
Based
Well,
on
actually, I didn't even know that.
yeah,
so.
but fun fact: sharks have to swim because to breathe,
They get oxygenated through their
Yeah,
gills.
it has to be forced through it. So they have, whenever they sleep, they have to swim, and so they can actually close their eyes because they have the eyelids, to protect them.
Yeah.
But that has nothing to do with whether a fish can drink.
Well,
Is that it? Thirsty?
Well, I guess can fish drink?
I suppose, yeah.
Well, yeah, okay, yeah.
Why
So
not?
let's look
They
at it
have a stomach.
scientifically. Let's look at it scientifically. The gills
Uh-huh.
is the body part of the fish that captures the oxygen, right?
Right.
So I mean, if we take that into account, then no, for sure, they have some sort of drinking mechanism, right? So if we were to like a throat, they got a throat.
Hold on. I have seen fish poop before, so it stands to
I have
reason. It stands to reason they can drink, they can pee, but you would never know, right?
I mean, well, yeah, it's like
may
I
be
peed in
small
the pool.
it
Man,
may be small
I peed in the
portions.
pool. I peed in plenty of pools, not just one.
Because you were able to drink, right? Something, so you got thirsty. So I think that yes, fish get thirsty to an extent, but since they're always in water, I don't think they necessarily have the thirst.
Okay, they drink,
Yes.
but they cannot get to the point of thirst
Yes.
because they're always by water.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay, that's fair. Okay,
That was a good question, actually.
let's see what else we got right here. Okay, and I think this is a good one. We're in Arkansas.
Okay.
I think we're known. Well, I don't know about we.
But
Arkansas
Arkansas,
is a
folks,
state.
Alabama.
Arkansas is a state. I don't know about we. Is it illegal to marry your cousin? Oh wait, hold on.
In space.
I didn't read it. Hold on. All right. Is it illegal to marry your cousin in space?
I think the answer is no, simply because we have no laws governing space. That's as simple as that. And if we did, it would be under international water codes that would apply. So we'd be pirates.
I feel like you've been researching this.
No, it's just
Nah. What you got planned? Nah, hold on. We're not just gonna skip by.
Hold on.
Because it looks like you've been putting a lot of thought into this specific question.
hey man, I'm just rambling stuff off the top of my head, but you know what? I plead the fifth on this.
Okay.
I have no cousins that I would take to space.
All my cousins are in Mexico, so.
So you have
No,
no cousins
not that
you would
I've-
take to space either.
Well, yeah.
that's
So yeah,
wild.
we'll move on from there. Okay. Okay. What about this? What is the safest way to fight a ghost?
Let's see. What is the safest way to fight a ghost? Can you even fight a ghost? That's the real question.
Well, I think you can. I feel like if we've looked at Poltergeist, that assortment of movies.
Okay.
The
Are you talking like Paranormal Activity? Is that part of it, or you're talking about the Poltergeist films?
I'm talking about scary movies.
The scary movies.
No, like scary space movies. Like scary movies.
But not movies that are scary.
No,
are in space.
No, they're not in space.
Okay. Pretty sure there's a Friday the 13th where Jason Voorhees is in space for whatever reason.
What are those called? Come on. It's like with the nun and stuff.
Oh, okay. So like Llorona type.
Yeah,
films.
yeah. So I feel like you can fight a ghost.
Uh-huh.
I don't think you can like I mean, it doesn't say physically fight a ghost. It just says can you fight a ghost? It's like can you go to a battle with a ghost?
Can ghosts fight each other then? Like in my place, and I was like, "Yo, ghost, like, let me offer you my house in exchange for you to fight that ghost and kick him out. Can you do that?"
Well, actually, I think you might be on something because I believe in the movies.
They did that.
They actually.
Crazy.
Yes, they did.
Crazy.
Okay, so I guess quick. So it's like they called the girl who was being haunted.
Uh-huh.
They called her mother
Who was
from beyond
okay?
to help fight, or I don't know if fight is the correct word. To help.
To do what ghostly ghosts do to others.
Yeah, so it was a good spirit. That's what it's called. Good spirit helping like the actual like priest fight the demon. Oh, I'm onto something now. The demon that was torturing the girl and the mother's girl who was dead.
Right.
The priest called onto that spirit
Okay.
to fight the demon. So yes. Oh well, okay. Not that this.
So what you're saying is that technically, yes, the safest way. Well, it's keyword is safest, but I guess there's a lot of ways to fight ghosts. I didn't even know you could until now.
Oh,
This is like the equivalent of I have a Beyblade or a Pokeball, and you throw your ghost at another ghost, and like I kind of like this idea. We should market this.
okay. Well, this is what is okay. I didn't even read this question. What is the safest way?
I think the safest way to fight a ghost, real talk,
Let somebody else do it.
that or you don't fight a ghost at all.
Okay,
Yeah,
you
you don't
can-
put in a situation where you fight a ghost.
Well, yeah, you can't me personally. I feel like a lot of people know me as an online troll. So it's like, what is it say? Okay, hold on. Let me. So it's like the question was, what is the safest way to fight a ghost? So me, as a professional online troll, I always beat them with experience. So they say don't allow somebody stupid, don't argue with somebody stupid because they'll drag you down and beat you with experience. So as a professional online troll, I tend to, once people start the hate speech and stuff like that, I gotta, I'm good at that.
Okay.
So don't be in a ghost realm because they're gonna beat you with it. You ain't never been there.
Okay.
See what I'm saying?
So it feels like we agree. We're on to something here. Where the common ground is the safest way to fight a ghost is simply to not
not
fight
do-
the ghost, right?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll go with that. Let's see what else we got here.
Just on a side quest or a side note, I think there was a Paranormal Activity movie where there was a ghost like in El Barrio with the homes, the cholos, and like that was the shortest movie of them all. So I don't know what that means. I feel like that says something about the culture as well, but maybe that's just me.
Okay. So let's see. Okay. So this is actually a really cool question. Actually, do other people exist when I'm not looking at them? And I actually have.
I'm glad you brought this up because the truth is you can't prove I'm not a figment of your imagination.
Okay. I thought you were about to go into the deepest
No, that's it. That's all.
thought of your. Okay. So I feel like I'm gonna bore people with this, but do other people exist when I'm not looking at them? So based upon like gaming graphics, how rendering works is if your character is like looking in one direction, that is the only thing that's loaded to save memory and RAM in the game. So if you're looking at it, only that is rendered. So that's kind of what you see, and everything else is technically turned off. So I think about this all the time. I mean, I'm lying to you. I don't think about this all the time.
Okay.
But I think about this because it's like, think about it like, if we were to be in a simulation, then I feel like this would be a possibility. You know what I mean? How do you know like the stuff around is really there if you're not looking at it? If you were to use, I guess, that specific logic.
So is it kind of like you don't know what's in the back of your head? Like there's always a blank spot?
What?
Yeah. You know how you can't see behind you?
I can't see behind me. No.
Until you turn around, so it really doesn't exist until you. This is in complete darkness. That's crazy. That's so wild. I feel like we're high. Anyways, so like, question is, do people exist when I'm not looking at them? No, actually, they don't exist until you do look at them. I feel like that's a pretty solid argument.
Yeah. Okay, so I mean, just thinking on this specific question, I feel like we can go on so many tangents because it's like, think about it. It's like, I guess if like what is it? Out of sight, out of mind.
That's a good point.
So it's like nothing has to exist. You give it existence. Correct me if I'm wrong.
That sounds right to me. I like the logic.
Because it's like, so and so. I don't like so and so, but it's like you made a choice to. Oh gosh.
Have you ever seen The Big Bang Theory, the show?
I know some. I've seen it like once or twice.
Once or twice?
I know about it though.
Gotcha. There's an episode on there where one of the main characters, his name is Sheldon. He talks to one of his friends, whose name is Amy, and they talk about this thing called Schrodinger's cat, where there's a cat in a box. It's kind of messed up, but the cat may or may not be dead inside the box, and until you open the box, you won't know. Yeah. So that's kind of what it reminds me of. So it's like everything both exists and doesn't exist, and the moment that you look around, do whatever you need to do, becomes real.
I feel, well, that's see, like, I mean, just talking about that specifically, I feel like, I mean, you know, everything is kind of quote unquote related. So like, think about it, like, you know, people say like speak it into existence. You know, I feel like that could be part of it. You know, speak it into existence. What is it? You know, mentalize it until you do it. You know, that's another one. You know, things similar to that. And the reason I mean that made me think of this is because, you know, that's something, you know, when people want to be better, it's like, oh, you know, you gotta, you know, mentalize it, put it in your head, and it'll happen. You know what I mean? I mean, it's a part of, like, you know, the discipline and everything that goes with it. But it's like you really have to say it or, you know, think about it, and it'll happen. So it's kind of the same thing. It's like, your stuff doesn't exist until you put it into a thought.
This kind of reminds me of the question: if a tree falls and no one's there to see it, could it even happen? Or hear it?
Yeah, it's here.
Okay, learn something new.
I mean, now I don't want to think like I'm telling you wrong, but I think it's in a forest. If a tree falls and you're not there to hear it, did it make a sound?
Oh, is that what it is?
I could have just made that shit up. I ain't gonna lie to you.
It works either way. I think it's a very similar situation. If a tree fell and no one was there to hear it, did it ever make a sound? And it's just, it might have. It probably did. I think it did. But we'll never know officially until you hear it, I guess. So. Oh,
okay. So now that brings me to another question, because we're not the only things that can hear or hear.
Okay.
Do you think if nothing is there to receive the output, did it still create that output? You see what I'm saying? Is the output still valid?
You're saying if someone's deaf, can they still interpret your noise?
Well, I was thinking more of like, let's think about if the tree falls.
Okay.
The tree fell. And I guess it made an output, which is the quote-unquote sound, but nothing that can actually perceive that input, right?
Okay.
Or output. Does it exist, right? I guess is that the question. I mean, am I just going around in a circle?
I feel like we went off on a tangent, personally, if I'm being honest.
Wait, what was the question?
I think that, like, just going with that for just touching that subject for just a little bit longer. If, let's say that it was a nuclear weapon that went off in Conway, as an example.
Damn.
Yeah, that's 30.
It's Conway, bro.
No, all I'm saying is...
hold on. You that was in the back of your head for a long time.
Fine. Anyway.
You must got something against Conway, but go ahead.
So let's say that anywhere within a 30-mile radius, you're going to feel the heat at that distance.
Okay.
You will also hear it. That sound would travel, I think I've seen estimates of about 100 miles away. So this is talking about in a straight line, you'd hear that sucker from Fayetteville, Rogers, somewhere in that area, just the sound alone. And you'll probably not know what it was, but it was a nuke is all I'm saying. So the effects are real, but depending on, I guess, sound is can travel over distance and time, and it just spreads. So going back to the earlier question too much, yes, I would say that people would still exist.
Okay, and then let's grab one more question here. Let's kind of let's kind of see which one we'd like to.
Hold on, scroll back up. I think that's an interesting one. Can you build immunity as stepping on Legos? I think so, actually. That makes perfect sense to me. Why not?
Okay, so the question is, can you build immunity while two-stepping on Legos?
Yeah, you're right. Two-stepping on Legos.
Two-stepping, because if it's while stepping on Legos, I feel like, I can build an immunity.
Yeah.
Because that's just another
Legos.
action you're doing, right? Mm-hmm. You're just stepping on Legos. I feel like you can build an immunity. So it's like, can I build an immunity two-stepping on Legos? Mm-hmm. You can build a callus.
I think this has been the easiest question to answer that we've had, if I'm being genuinely honest. it has been the easiest question to answer. This sounds like the Reddit moments explained like on 5, where you build calluses and you no longer feel them as much. You build a barrier, you could say armor to an extent, and now you're walking on Legos like they're sand. So yes, I mean,
yes,
yeah,
yeah. You can
this
build
is the easiest answer we have.
You can build the community stepping on Legos. All right, guys. So we're kind of gonna wrap this up. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed it. So we want to propose a question to you guys. No, we want to propose a
topic or
Well, no, we want y'all to ask us. Just comment down some questions. We'll pick one of them, two of them, our favorites. If they even comment. So put down 2 questions below, and next topic is gonna be something a little bit more, not scripted, but something we kind of deep dive into just a certain topic, right?
Right. And I just want to go ahead and to whoever's listening out there, I appreciate you taking your time. I'm sure Eric does as well. This means a lot. Just finally being able to start here. There's a whole story that we may get into at another point, kind of discuss what brought us here and this moment. So for what it's worth, I am excited. We're excited to bring some content, hopefully you find entertaining, amazing, you can talk to your friends, your folks about, and hopefully we'll see you again soon.
All right, guys, once again, this is Beans in a Pod. My name's Eric. I'm here with my co-host Fabian, and we'll see you guys later.